Hi, I'm Briella. For most of my life, my dad was my hero. The one who taught me to ride a bike, cheered at my dance recitals, and promised he'd always be there. That changed 3 years ago when he married Vanessa and suddenly acquired two teenage stepchildren, Mackenzie and Tyler. Dad, don't forget my graduation party is next Saturday, I reminded him over coffee at our monthly father-daughter breakfast. The venue has this amazing dance floor with light-up tiles. Everyone's excited. Of course, sweetheart. Wouldn't miss it for the world. He stirred his coffee with unusual focus. Vanessa and the kids will be there too. They're looking forward to it. I nodded, ignoring the familiar twist in my stomach. Great. Just remember it starts at 6, not 7. Actually, Briella, could we possibly come at 7? Tyler has a basketball game that afternoon, and Mackenzie needs time to get ready. Dad, the party starts at 6. The speeches are at 6:30. I know, but family obligations are important. You understand, right? I am your family too, I said quietly. He reached across the table to pat my hand. Of course you are, honey. We'll make it work. My best friend Olivia noticed my expression when I returned to our apartment. Daddy issues again? She asked, passing me a mug of tea. He's bringing the replacements to my graduation party, and they'll be late. Classic Richard move. She rolled her eyes. What's the betting they'll find some way to make your celebration about them? Don't jinx it, I groaned. The night of my graduation party arrived. The venue looked perfect. Soft lighting, elegant decorations, and the dance floor I'd splurged on with my savings from 3 years of campus jobs. My mom, who'd flown in from Chicago, hugged me tight. Your father here yet? She asked. No, and it's already 6:45. At 7:30, Dad finally arrived with Vanessa, Mackenzie, and Tyler in tow. Vanessa immediately approached me, air-kissing both cheeks. Briella, darling, this is lovely, though a bit simple. You should have asked for my help with planning. Before I could respond, Tyler was already on the dance floor, demonstrating moves that required far more space than he was allowing others. At 8, when the DJ announced the dance floor was open to everyone, Mackenzie approached the booth. I couldn't hear what she said, but the DJ looked uncomfortable. 10 minutes later, my cousin Jasper pulled me aside. What's going on with the music? It's been nothing but top 40 hits since your dad's family arrived. What do you mean? I requested 3 songs and was told they couldn't be played. Something about a special arrangement. I frowned and headed toward the DJ booth. On my way, I overheard Vanessa speaking to the venue manager, Marcus. Our family has specific music needs, she was saying. We've arranged with the DJ to handle our requests exclusively. Richard paid for this party, after all. Actually, ma'am, Marcus replied. Miss Briella paid for this event herself, and there was no exclusive arrangement made with our DJ. Well, there is now, she snapped. Richard, tell him. Dad stepped forward, looking uncomfortable but determined. Marcus, please just let the kids enjoy themselves. It's one night. Dad? I interrupted, my voice cracking. What's happening? He turned, startled. Briella, honey, nothing to worry about. We're just making sure everyone has a good time. By commandeering my graduation party? Don't be dramatic. Mackenzie and Tyler just want to dance to music they enjoy. So does everyone else here, I said. Everyone who's been told their requests can't be played. Briella, Vanessa cut in, you're being selfish. This is a family celebration. Yes, it is. My celebration. With my family and friends. We are your family, Vanessa insisted, her hand possessively on my father's arm. Dad looked between us, then sighed. Briella, just let it go for tonight. And that's when I knew. In the battle between his old family and new, I'd already lost. The next morning, I woke to 3 missed calls from Dad and a text reading, "Call me when you're ready to apologize for overreacting." He wants me to apologize? I showed Olivia the message over breakfast. They ruined my party and he wants me to apologize? Classic narcissist move, she said, spreading jam on her toast. What are you going to do? First, I need to understand exactly what happened. The venue has a non-discrimination policy. If they were forcing the DJ to only play music for specific people, that's against their contract. I called Marcus, the venue manager, who agreed to meet that afternoon. "I've worked here 7 years," Marcus said as we sat in his office. "Never seen anything like it. Your stepmother was forceful." "What exactly did they do?" "Started with reasonable requests, then escalated. Your stepsister told our DJ she had a list of approved songs. When he explained we don't work that way, she got her mother involved." "And then?" "Your stepmother claimed your father paid for the event and had final say. When I corrected her, she threatened to report us for poor service." "Did they sign anything or leave written evidence?" Marcus nodded. "Actually, yes. Your stepbrother filled out about 20 request slips, which is excessive, and wrote exclusive play on them. And we have security footage of the conversation at the DJ booth. Would you be willing to share copies of those? Considering they violated our policies? Absolutely." After leaving Marcus, I met with the DJ, Terrell, at a nearby coffee shop. "Man, your stepmom was something else," he said, shaking his head. "Tried to slip me 100 to ignore everyone but her kids." "She tried to bribe you?" "Yep. I told her I couldn't do that, and she said, and I quote, 'Richard will handle this.' Next thing I know, your dad's asking me to be flexible for his family." "Did he offer money too?" "Not directly. Just implied my tip would reflect my cooperation." I sighed. "I'm really sorry, Terrell." "Not your fault, but it might interest you to know I record all my gigs for legal protection." Got the whole conversation. My next stop was my dad's oldest friend, Uncle Keith. Not a real uncle, but close enough. "Keith, be honest with me. Has Dad changed since marrying Vanessa?" Keith shifted uncomfortably. "Briella, he's still your father." "That's not what I asked." "Look, Richard has always been susceptible to strong personalities. Your mother was the decision maker in their marriage. Now Vanessa? So you're defending him?" "I'm explaining him. There's a difference." Keith leaned forward. "What happened at your party wasn't right, but Richard probably convinced himself he was keeping the peace. By completely dismissing me at my own graduation celebration? I'm not saying it's right." "You kind of are, though." I stood up. "Everyone keeps making excuses for him prioritizing his new family over me." "Briella, sit down, please." Keith looked pained. "You're right, and you deserve better. What can I do?" "I need to know if this was a one-time thing or a pattern. Have you seen them behave this way before?" Keith hesitated, then nodded slowly. "Christmas, your cousin's wedding, even at my anniversary dinner. It's always subtle, but they always end up being the center of attention. And Dad just lets it happen? Enables it. Defends it." Keith sighed. "What are you planning, Briella?" "I'm not sure yet, but I know I can't let this continue." I gathered my things. "One more question. Did Dad actually pay for anything at my graduation party?" "Not that I'm aware of. Why?" "Because Vanessa told the venue he did. I'm wondering what else they're lying about." I invited my father to meet at a neutral location, a quiet restaurant with private booths. I arrived early, setting up my laptop and organizing printed screenshots. When Dad walked in, he was alone. "No, Vanessa?" I asked as he sat down. "I thought we should talk father to daughter." He smiled tentatively. "Briella, about your party. I've been doing some investigating, Dad." I cut him off. "Talking to people who were there, looking at evidence." His smile faltered. "Evidence? Honey, it was just a misunderstanding." "Was it?" "Because I have statements from the venue manager, the DJ, and multiple guests saying your wife and stepchildren deliberately monopolized the dance floor and forced the DJ to ignore everyone else's requests." "That's an exaggeration." "I have the DJ's recording, Dad." I turned my laptop toward him and played the audio. Vanessa's voice came through clearly. "My husband is paying for this event, so you'll play what my children want to hear. No one else's requests matter tonight." Dad's voice followed. "Just keep them happy, all right? Whatever it takes." I stopped the recording. "You lied about paying for my party to manipulate the staff." "I didn't. Vanessa said that, not me." "And you didn't correct her. You backed her up." Briella, you're making this bigger than it needs to be. Am I? Because this isn't the first time, is it? I pulled out more papers. Christmas at Grandma's. Mackenzie insisting on opening her gifts first and throwing a fit when Cousin Emily went before her. You supported her? She's sensitive. Tyler shoving Uncle Keith's son off the piano bench at their anniversary party so he could play, badly for 20 minutes while everyone had to listen. You defended him. He's been taking lessons. Your new family consistently bulldozes over everyone else, and you not only allow it, you help them. My voice cracked. Including at my graduation party, which I saved for 3 years to pay for myself. Dad's expression hardened. You don't understand what it's like blending a family. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. And I'm always the sacrifice, right? That's not fair. No, what's not fair is you abandoning your responsibilities to me the minute Vanessa came along. I have never abandoned you. Really? Because I have a spreadsheet of every event you've missed, every promise you've broken, and every time you've chosen them over me in the last 3 years. This is ridiculous. I don't have to defend myself to my own daughter. No, you just have to be a father to your daughter. And you're failing. Dad's face flushed. I will not be spoken to like this. Vanessa was right. You're just jealous of our family. Your family? Dad, I am your family. You know what I mean. Yes, unfortunately, I do. I closed my laptop. I've made a decision. Until you recognize how your behavior has hurt me and take steps to change, I'm limiting my contact with you. You can't be serious. I've also filed a formal complaint with the venue about Vanessa attempting to bribe their staff. They're considering banning all of you from future events. Dad stood abruptly. This is outrageous. I'm your father. Then act like it. You'll regret this attitude, Briella. When you calm down and want to apologize, I will never apologize for standing up for myself. He leaned over the table, voice low but intense. If you pursue this, you'll regret it. I'm not going to have my reputation damaged because you're feeling neglected. Grow up. Is that a threat, Dad? It's a promise. Drop this now or don't expect any more support from me. Ever. I haven't had your support in years, I replied, my voice steady despite my shaking hands. And now I have your threat recorded too. Dad's eyes widened as he noticed my phone on the table, recording. He grabbed for it, knocking over a water glass that spilled across the table. Give me that phone, he shouted, attracting stares. Sir, you need to calm down, the manager said, approaching quickly. This is a family matter, Dad snapped, still reaching for my phone. It's a public disturbance now, the manager replied. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Not without that recording, Dad insisted, his hand closing around my wrist. Let go of me, I said quietly. Sir, release her now or I'm calling the police, the manager warned. The look in my father's eyes as he finally let go was something I'll never forget. 3 weeks later, I sat in a courthouse waiting room with Olivia and my lawyer, Elena. You okay? Olivia squeezed my hand. As okay as I can be while filing a restraining order against my own father. Elena reviewed her notes. The evidence is strong, Briella. The recording, the physical incident witnessed by restaurant staff, and those threatening text messages afterward. My father arrived with his lawyer, but without Vanessa or the stepchildren. He wouldn't meet my eyes. The hearing was brief. The judge granted a temporary restraining order with a follow-up hearing scheduled for 6 months later. Outside the courthouse, Olivia hugged me. You did it. You stood up for yourself. It doesn't feel like a victory. It's not supposed to, said Elena. It's protection. The victory comes later when you rebuild your life on your terms. A week later, Uncle Keith asked to meet for coffee. Your dad asked me to talk to you, he said without preamble. He says he wants to apologize, make things right. Now that he has a restraining order against him. Convenient timing. Keith sighed. He says he's realized his mistakes, that Vanessa and the kids have been manipulating him. And I'm supposed to believe he's suddenly seen the light? He says he loves you. Love isn't enough, Keith. Trust and respect matter too. If he really wants to make amends, he can start by respecting the restraining order and getting therapy. Maybe in 6 months at the review hearing, things will be different. 2 months later, I was having dinner with Jasper, Olivia, and Marcus, who had become a friend after the venue incident. Heard your dad's divorce is being finalized, Jasper mentioned cautiously. That's his business now, I replied. I'm focusing on my new job and the people who actually show up for me. Speaking of showing up, Olivia raised her glass. Here's to friends who become family. Later that night, my phone buzzed with a text from a number I didn't recognize. Briella, it's Dad. New number. I know I can't contact you directly yet. I'm starting therapy next week. I'll respect your boundaries and wait until you're ready. I'm sorry. I love you. I didn't respond, but I didn't block the number either. Have you ever had to cut someone toxic from your life, even temporarily? Sometimes the hardest part of loving someone is knowing when to step back and let consequences teach what words cannot.